Hello students, this is the next lecture of consumer behavior and the topic that we are going to discuss today is motivation. Till now we have covered the process of sensation, perception, and emotion. Now the topic that we will be going to discuss is motivation and this will be discussed in two lectures. The heart of marketing is need. So the first and the foremost thing for a marketer is to understand the need and then to convert the need into wants, which will result into varied motives. So the first thing is to understand what is the need and then transform that needs into wants. Marketers, after understanding the need, they can predict the consumption behavior of consumers. For example, a person who is hungry, here the need is hunger. Now this need hunger has to be transformed into want. Now the want can be the person may desire chapati, sabji or dosa or a sandwich. So now the want will be derived into a will be transformed into a brand too. For example, if a person desires for a dosa, but from Sagar Ratna restaurant or Udupi. So here the want also is specified towards the particular brand. Many times the consumers are not aware about their needs because the need lie at the subconscious level and the consumer don't feel the need. In that case, marketers have to just identify that latent need and they have to do advertisement in such a way to incite that need and the consumer become aware about those needs. See, for example, people have already always sweated, perspired, and smelt of body odor. But people didn't become conscious about that this problem can become a social embarrassment for them till the companies advertised for the deo sprays, sticks, Rexona, Ponds, and began to play advertisement that depicted that social appeals like embarrassment among friends and relatives at parties and social. So the need was there, but it was hidden and the consumer were not aware about those needs. So here the task that my marketer is to identify that latent need and then to advertise in such a way that the consumer become aware about those needs and they go for that particular brand. Human needs are dormant and lie at a latent stage. They get aroused suddenly by. Now, how can you arouse that need? So, stimuli internal to the individual or his physiology. For example, if that stimuli is internal, the second is stimuli is external. So, the first one, when the stimuli is internal and of the individual, the person is hungry and moves towards a restaurant to buy some food. So, this is the internal stimuli. Now, the second one, stimuli is the external environment. A person smells the aroma of freshly baked cakes and enters the bakery to buy some cakes. So, in the first one, the person was hungry and he himself moved towards the restaurant. But in the second case, the aroma of the freshly baked cakes attracted the consumer to move inside the bakery and to buy some cakes. So here two stimuli, internal stimuli and external stimuli arouse the need. The marketer also should formulate such strategies which can help in triggering such kind of needs. For example, a banner or hoarding informing people of a food festival at attractive prices can trigger off a desire amongst people to try out newer dishes and cuisines or display of a newly launched car can encourage customer trial or subsequent purchases. So the role of marketer become very important in triggering such needs which are hidden to the consumer itself. So they can place such kind of advertisements which incites consumers to go for that particular brand. For the example I have read out just now, that a hoarding informing people about that the food first festival and the prices are written in some cloudy box types things with attractive design or bright colors. So it attract consumers to try out new dishes in the cuisines. In the similar way, the attractive color of car designs highlighting the main features encourage customers to try um, that car or go for a ride. Now, the needs become wants, resulting into varied kinds of motives. Now, the motives can be rational and emotional. This we have already discussed. I'm just going through once so that it will be just kind of recall. Rational motives, when people think about the pros and cons of a brand or a thing, they will judgmental thinking will be there. They will be make selection on the basis of some criteria which are objective, such as like price, size, weight. Whereas in case of emotional, the heart rules over the mind. Here the consumer motives are subjective. The selection of goals made on the basis of personal and subjective criteria, like if the appearance and looks uh, were good, color, aesthetics, these are rational. These are not rational, these are emotional motives. So in the rational, mind is ruling over heart, whereas in emotional, your heart is ruling over mind. So rational and emotional. In the similar way, motivation can also take the positive as well as negative form, depending on which direction it is going on. Let's understand this with an example of uh, two examples have been given to understand what is positive motivation and what is negative motivation. The person is driven towards the objective condition or situation, that is your based on the motivation. Now a person goes to gym 3 times a week so that his body will be toned up and he can look good. So the object in the question is gym, workout, or good body is referred to as an approach object. His behavior is directed towards an achievement. What is he want to achieve? A positive goal, that is fitness, bodybuilding, and great looks. So object here is gym, workout, and good body. And his behavior, what is an ultimate motive, is to have a good body, fit body, and great looks. Whereas in negative emotions, here the person is driven away. In the positive motivation, the person is driven towards, whereas in this case, it is driven away from the object, condition, or situation, and the corresponding effects of non-usage. See, for example, a person decides to buy the toothpaste of Pepsodent company for his child so that he can avoid the tooth decay. So here what is behavior is, it is directed towards an object, that is Pepsodent, to avoid a negative goal. What is it? It is the tooth decay. So he wants to use Pepsodent, but for to avoid. In the previous one, he wants to achieve body fitness, whereas in this case, he wants to avoid the tooth decay. So in this way, it is negative motivation. Now, this is the most popular model of motivation. It is also known as Maslow hierarchy of needs. The needs are arranged in levels form. First one is physiological needs, safety needs, belongingness needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization. So basic needs forms the physiological needs and the safety needs. Physiological needs means you are the basic requirements like food, water, warmth, the rest. Safety needs, once you have achieved the basic requirement, the next motive is to go for safety purpose, or like if you are in a private job, you want to go for a government job or a secure job. Next, once you are done with your basic needs, next thing is to have the belongingness. You want to be to extend your family and to make your new friends. Once you have done with this belongingness and love needs, then next thing you want to become a familiar person in society. You want to be a person who have a respect or have some kind of fame in the society you are living. Once you have done all this, achieve these four levels, then next is to achieving one full potential, including creative activities. So this is your ultimate goal. This is your self-actualization. So motivational theories and their implication for marketers. So Messley proposed that the human needs are classified in the five basic levels that we have already seen in the previous slide. We have discussed this in the in one lecture of unit 1 also. So the basic needs, then security needs, social needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. Each of the needs could be ranked in order of importance, lower to highest, through a pyramidal structure. So the lowest need has to be fulfilled first. Once that need has been fulfilled, then we can move to the higher level. The first two needs were primary needs and safety needs. These are called biogenic needs, which are lower order also, whereas the rest three ones known as psychogenic needs or higher needs. So these needs are hierarchical and an individual has to go level by level, starting with fulfillment of the lower level needs and then gradually moving towards the upper level needs. So a person can't move to a second level unless he has fulfilled the need of first level. The first level needs are satisfied. Once a level has been satisfied, next he moves to the next level. So, marketing applications of Maslow hierarchy of needs, it enables marketers to devise suitable advertising appeal depending on the need level. Here, the advertiser has to uh, define the product in term of need. Like individuals buy health products, health food, medicines, low-fat food to satisfy the physiological needs. They buy insurance, preventive medical services, home security system to satisfy the second level need, that is safety or security needs. Once these needs have been satisfied, next is the social needs. So a consumer buy personal care, grooming products, cosmetics, mouthwash, shaving creams. Now they purchase high-tech or luxury products like elaborate sound system, a home theater system, high-end wristwatches, sports car, expensive furniture to fulfill the ego and esteem needs. The last one is the self-actualization. That this is some unfulfilled dream that a consumer wants to pursue. For example, postgraduate education, hobby-related products, or exotic uh, and physically challenging trips are often sold as a ways of self-actualization needs. So the main purpose here is to identify that for what particular need the consumer is going for, to identify their need and then advertise the product highlighting that need. See, for example, one picture has been shown here. This is depicting the safety need. It shouldn't be this dangerous. Stop for flashing red lights. So here the safety needs have been highlighted here. In the similar way, the ad marketer has to identify the needs of consumers and they have to reflect that need in the advertisement itself. Now we can see one more example, a microwave oven where have need versus appeal. Now these in the left hand side, the needs are arranged in hierarchical order. The first one is the basic, primary and physiological need. Now how this appeal changes according to the level of needs. See, if we are focusing on the basic needs, the appeal would show that microwave oven can help cook food quickly and easily. So this is the basic need, basic function of oven. So this will be the basic need. Now safety and security, how safe the product is to use for self, children, how safe it is for the food that is cooked and consumed for the environment. So this is the second one is highlighting the safety needs, that non-radiation is there. So in that purpose, it is safety. So when they are highlighting that the safety need, they will show that how safe the product is to use for self or children. And the how third one is social affiliation need. This has been slightly tilted up and down, so you can match. for social or affiliation need, we have to look for this. This is how a lady of a house can sit with family. See, we have to link like this. This is slightly tilted, so it become confusing for you. So I'm drawing a line so that it will be easier for you to understand. See, if we are talking about safety need, then the advertiser have to show that how safe the product is to use for the kids, or for self, as non-radiation is there. If we are talking about self affiliation need, then then how the lady of a house can sit with the family and friends while the food is being cooked inside. She doesn't have to keep standing in the kitchen while the food is cooked, and she can set timings there for half an hour, and then she can sit and talk with her friends, and then she can go back to kitchen and then see that the food is cooked. So this is comfortable and easier for that lady. Now ego and esteem needs, that she can afford it, and she's the proud owner of that oven. So it is kind of ego esteem. Self actualization, that she bought it out of her first salary, so it is a kind of a great achievement for her. So this the microwave oven is shown, that how different needs can be satisfied with the help of microwave oven. So this is all for today's lecture. Thank you.